Alright, so Summerslam weekend has begun with the Thunderdome. I really, guys, let's see, I liked the look of it. I mean, the crowd thing is a little odd. Um, I mean, it'd be nice if they at least were to do something with the backgrounds uh, of the fans. Kind of weird, all the colors, a little distracting. But overall, it's a good look. I mean, they got pyro between all those seats. It's pretty fucking awesome. I really like that. Um, yeah, I think this is gonna be a good look. I mean, I've read it's gonna be through October, possibly through whatever's left of this fucking shit show the world's in. So, yeah, at least it looks like WWE now. I mean, God, I hate that fucking. Looks like WWE now, which is nice. I mean, the PC Center was okay. It worked. We got wrestling on TV, but it looked minor league. You know, it looked like something. Oh, Ring of Honor's doing a bubble formula, like what the NHL's doing and what other sports are doing. So it's probably, I'm sure Ring of Honor's got a similar look to what WWE has had the last, what, 4 months. Um, yeah, I think going forward this will be good. I believe NXT is either staying at the PC or going to Full Sail, so NXT will still look like NXT. But overall opinion of the Thunderdome is I love it. We got pyro again. We got a fuck ton of lasers again. Just over the top. WWE. It's great. I mean, had me looking forward to SmackDown. I haven't looked forward to SmackDown in months. I watch SmackDown maybe once a month because the storylines are, well, if you're watching this, you know what the SmackDown storylines are like. Anyway, this seems like a way to segue into SmackDown. So since SmackDown was today, I'm recording this, I guess technically Saturday morning at 1:30 in the fucking morning. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any background noise or anything. Anyway, let's do SmackDown. I'm using Wade Keller's report here as a extra little bit to help me remember some things. I mean, I skipped a couple segments because I just didn't give a fuck. Or I should have skipped most of SmackDown because I didn't give a fuck. But it was a cool arena, so. Anyway, as you can see, I got a couple of my belt collection on here, just a little extra things. Pops over in the corner there, or actually my girlfriend's, but too much pain in the ass to reorganize. So, SmackDown for August 1st, 2020, Orlando, Florida. Hey, this is Killer still says at the Performance Center. He needs to update that shit. Speaking of which, at any point did they actually say it was at the Amway Center? I don't think at any point they, thanked the venue or said where it was. It was just the Thunderdome in typical WWE fashion. I bet you they even think they came up with that fucking name. You know? I wonder if any. Okay, either two things. Somewhere Vince McMahon heard Thunderdome and loved it, or he just fucking watched Mad Max Thunderdome. Either way, he probably thinks he came up with the goddamn name. 75-year-old billionaire. you know? Don't shit, don't stink. Although, I guess they did make fun of a few things on that Triple H 25th anniversary. You can find that in the failed podcast section. I hated doing audio. I like the video. This is going to remain as a video show. Maybe in the future, I'll record the audio or rip it to audio. But it was too much fucking work. Too much work, not enough time, because I do this shit at 1:30 in the fucking morning. Anyway, they announced Vince McMahon opening SmackDown, and he was on for what, 3-4 minutes? And then apparently Vince McMahon can teleport now too? I mean, just all of a sudden Vince is gone, and there's The Fiend and Braun. And then The Fiend hilariously abandons Braun, just disappears. Let's Braun get fucked up by these, you know, by aces and 5/8s, as I've seen them called. Is hilarious, although I don't think any of them actually touches 5'8". I'm 5'9", and I'm calling these motherfuckers short, okay? I'm also, skinny fat, but we're just going off height here. Anyway. These fucking Retribution shitheads, come in, they beat down Braun, which, I mean, you got a bunch of guys that are 5 foot shit all, and maybe 180 pounds, and again, I'm talk, but anyway, at least I know. Now, alright, these fuckers, why didn't Braun just fucking powerhouse them? Just the good old exploding, send these fuckers flying everywhere. Just kill them, please. Get rid of them. Unless CM Punk is leading these motherfuckers, no one's gonna give a damn. And if CM Punk ends up leading, everyone's gonna be, oh, I fucking knew it. I knew it. Yeah, no, you didn't, motherfucker. Okay, anyway. Let's get back to... Man, I am really going off on tangents tonight, ain't I? Anyway. I thought it was a good opening for the Thunderdome, just because the first entrance we saw was The Fiend, and holy fuck, did that look good. Like, you can find links on fucking Reddit, on Streamable and everything. Like, if you didn't see this, you gotta... If you look up anything from tonight's Smackdown, you gotta look up The Fiend's entrance, because it was just spectacular with everything they had going on. I'll give Kevin Dunn some credit tonight. First matchup was Big E and Sheamus. Oh, hey, Big E is getting a push as a single star. Finally. Will this be the end of New Day? I highly doubt it. I mean, it's still... Pretty sure they're still selling merch. They're still insanely popular. Maybe keep New Day as just Kofi and Woods, though. If Woods ever comes back. And if Woods can't come back, or we're looking at a year still, just split them up. Have the reunion when Woods is back, when crowds are back. Huge pop. Awesome. Right? Let's just let Big E fucking tear through the roster right now. Big E won in 10 minutes with a fucked finish. I am sick and tired of fucked finishes. Oh, man. Okay, Cesaro and Shinsuke versus Lucha House Party's Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado with Kalisto. This was... Cesaro's not having a bad match. So, why? This motherfucker needs to be the title holder, okay? Make him champion. Make him all champions. Give him the women's champion. I don't give a fuck. Make Cesaro all the champions. But, the big thing from this is, man, frickin' Kalisto looks great. He put on some mass. He wasn't that big first time I saw him back in 2013 at the Victoria Pavilion here in Calgary. An event no one got fucking paid for. Anyway, of course, Cesaro and Shinsuke won. I mean, Lucha House Party. Who cares? Looks like they're gonna split Lucha House Party though, which I think will be for the good. They're a comedy act, and these are 3 guys that can fucking go. Yeah, I want to try and get through these fucking things faster. All right, let's try and speed up a little bit. Caleb, of course, interviews Styles. We later find out Styles was the one. I gotta back up a bit. Jeff Hardy's in the trainer's room, his knee's all fucked up. He got hit from behind. Of course, we later find out it was AJ. Good run for AJ. I'm still fucking pissed we didn't get a proper Bullet Club. I mean, it wrote itself. Even throw Shinsuke with him. Just what the fuck? Throw Shinsuke with him. Have a nice 5-man faction. But, Vince didn't come up with the idea, so it didn't happen. Club sucked. Sasha Banks and Bayley. I skipped this whole goddamn thing. I sat here not paying attention. Then when I heard Naomi's music, because I'm not a Naomi fan at all. I just kind of... I got up and played with the cats. I don't know where they are. But I got up and played with cats. So we're just gonna kind of skip that, because, yeah, I didn't give a fuck. AJ and Jeff Hardy. I mean, AJ and Jeff Hardy. What's there to say? AJ and Jeff Hardy. Fucking A. Jeff's gets the win. Jeff his Intercontinental title again. Awesome. Just awesome. Oh, it's this is, this actually wasn't a bad show. They could have done some better, but it wasn't a bad show. I mean, I'm sure. I'm interested to see what the rating is tomorrow. See if they cracked 2.25. 2.25 would be good. They've been hovering around 2 million forever now for Smackdown, which this is Fox. I mean, they should be doing better on Fox, but it is what it is. We got Tuska we had Firefly Funhouse, which was, man, these have really been lacking the last little while. They lost their magic. Did they get rid of the writer? Wasn't it someone from the Eric Andre show or something that was writing this shit for? Yeah, this did nothing for me. A little puppet show. This end here. I refreshed it. Okay. Oh man. Hey, I'm already through Smackdown. Cool. Anyway, there was a brawl backstage, of course, to close off the show with Braun and Bray. Biggest thing of this I want to say is I miss when these big pay-per-view feuds, especially for Big Four pay-per-views, and especially for title matches, I miss when they didn't touch. When you'd have 3-4 months of build-up for these title matches, and they didn't touch. And they get close, they get broken up, mind games, but they wouldn't touch. I mean, I think this made it obvious that Bray Wyatt isn't the one in the match. Either iterations, because we had that fucking horrible swamp match I'm sure most of us want to forget about, where the only good thing about that whole goddamn thing was Alexa, which can be said about a lot of shows, really. There are quite a few shows where the shining moment is Alexa and her acting, like when The Fiend was confronting her facials and everything. Give that woman a movie deal. She can act. That was something else. Anyway, boom, he gets thrown off the loading dock. Those are what, 3 feet, 4 feet? Taking bigger bumps. We're supposed to believe that when they fall in the ring, it's going to be... I know he fell on concrete, but that hurt the suspension of disbelief that he's pretty much dead from a 4-foot fall. Carried away in the ambulance. It's the overacting and this is just overall bad, I thought. I mean, I'm just a fan. What the fuck do I know? But I didn't really like it. They've done this with The Fiend before, where Bray was in an ambulance, turned red, out comes The Fiend. Like, really? This was the go-home show. In fact, both these go-home shows sucked, and now we're going to segue into Raw with that one. Raw. I paid half attention for most of Raw, I think, so we had that opening segment with Drew, of course, which this I fucking hated. You got Drew cutting a promo, and it cuts away in the middle of a go-home title match promo to these motherfuckers with stupid-ass retribution shit. Wow, I am hot tonight. And we just kind of hear it, like, in the background as fucking commentary is commentating over these fucking shitheads that nobody gives a damn about. Like, it's no longer X-Pac heat. It's no, it's straight up retribution heat now. Ugh. What the fuck are you guys doing? It's not the only time they did this on this show. You got Mickie James returning. Her first match back in how long? A legend. This woman's been there for what, 20? Well, okay, she's been in the main light for 20 years between WWE and TNA, Impact, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And I'm an Impact fan, okay? In fact, I might start doing Impact co-streams on Twitch. But, middle of match, you get Seth coming out and yelling at Joe, Joe was great in this. The fact that he's just You know, just sitting there with, you know, I love this Joe. Oh man, but what are you doing? This was definitely one of those. Why am I watching this? You know, MVP. You had the 6-man match, or no? It's just Apollo and Shelton. They've done it so many times I can't even put the matches together anymore. You know, 2-minute match is what Keller says. Ugh. Oh yeah, R-Truth ran into the ring being pursued by ninjas. Why are they doing this ninja shit? Bruce, come on. Ugh, this. And what are they doing with fucking Garza and Andrade? Alright, Angel Garza versus Ivar. 4-minute match. This is a fucking go home. And then they got that chick from Bachelor. With the jewels or whatever the fuck's in her teeth. Sometimes I wonder why I watch. You know, I enjoy the 3-hour show. Usually I enjoy an hour, hour and a half of it, about half of it, but sometimes it's like, why can't we get the Hulu or abridged version in Canada? You know? Ugh. We do get the NXT abridged version, which I did watch today, an hour. They cut out the stuff with Cross and Keith Lee. Like, it ended with the ladder match stuff. Nothing about Cross and Keith Lee. They kept that horrible Gargano bump, which he didn't fucking sell. Motherfucker, sell something. You don't even sell something that's a possible bad concussion. Sorry. Off on a tangent of my Gargano hate there. Anyway, okay, where do we at? Nikki and Natalia, we already talked about that bullshit. And Sasha, Bailey, Asuka, Shayna. I skipped this because I just don't care for Bailey right now. We've gotten to a point where her shtick as this heel is role model. Look, we got 2 role models in wrestling right now. One is amazing, one isn't. Guess which promotion the amazing one's in? Ugh. You know, Peyton Royce versus Ruby Riott with Liv Morgan. What the fuck are they doing with Ruby and Liv? Earlier this year, like, Liv looked so promising. The fact that the best thing that's happened with Liv was that thrown away lesbian affair with Lana says something. That woman has something. Let her do something. Or cut her loose. You know, I would love to see Liv in the Knockouts division in Impact. You know, I think she could do quite well there. Especially after they get, you know, a full crew together and not running skeleton crew. Sure to have a Madison Rayne and a Gail Kim there coaching her. Be great. I mean, they called her up too early, and that's ultimately what she's missing. I'm sure Natty's worked with her. But yeah, and Ruby's Ruby. Looks like they see something in Peyton Royce because she keeps getting wins and Billy's on fucking main event. You know, facing Bianca. And why is Bianca on main event? This is the problem with the women's division. They basically have 4 women in the title picture for 4 belts. The tag team titles and the brand titles. The same 2 women hold both. I mean, that's going to change because for whatever reason, Sunday, Asuka's challenging both of them. Because, you know, there's no other women. You're sure Peyton's going to end up with a belt soon with the way they're booking her, which is great. She's trained right here in Calgary by Lance Storm. Like, so, you know, a little bit of... I'll cheer on anyone trained by Storm. Ugh, God. Bryce in 2 minutes. Raw Underground. No, I'm gonna talk about Raw Underground for a minute. I like it. The only problem I have with Raw Underground is the Kevin Dunn producing. You know, still the cut, cut, God, I wish I had multiple cameras so I could just... But... Why? But I kind of like it. I like that they're doing it at 10. I mean, it's like back in the Attitude Era when the second hour was... What was it? God. Can't remember what it was called now. But anyway, it was supposed to be a more gritty, more attitude show to try and bring in ratings for that second hour, especially during the Monday Night Wars. But like, it seems like, but then it's like this was before. Okay, sorry, my time zones are 10. This was before 10 Eastern. They started it, then they did it after. You know what I want? I want to know who that frickin' bigger than the door motherfucker they got guarding the door is. I want to see him do shit. That dude is huge. Like, holy hell, man. And then that Baba Tunde or what, the other big guy. Like, those two guys? Man, I hope they... Looks like they're building the one guy up pretty good. Quit fucking changing focus. Let me move. But, it's, I like Underground, you know. I know a lot of people are it's kind of a mixed love. Fuck, every time I move. Love it or hate it, but I enjoy it. 6-man match between Hurt Business and Cruz, Ricochet, Mustafa Ali. Just made them all look like shit. The three of them look like shit. Like, Ali's injury really derailed him. I mean, it gave us Kofi as champion, which I found unremarkable. But just because of who he defended against, did nothing for the title. But yeah. And of course, that fucking bullshit win. And he lost it in, what, 18 seconds or whatever. Then they ignore it. Alexander and Tozawa 24/7 match. What's the point? Andrade Montez Ford. 3 minutes. What's the point? And then Shawn Michaels at the end. You know, I'm a big DX mark, big Shawn Michaels mark, obviously a Triple H mark. I was excited for this. I think Shawn looks alright, given his age and, you know, history of abuse. But that cell, man. Could have been a good segment. It's marred by that fucking cell. You don't get up after a punt. It's killed everyone. You know. One thing, did he actually kick Ric Flair? That's something I've heard talked about. You know, with the punt on Flair. Did he actually connect? Because the lights went up. We don't know. Maybe it wasn't Retribution. Maybe Randy or Flair paid off someone. We're talking the dirtiest player in the game here. And apparently his protege now. So, you know, is Flair going to screw? We got Payback next week. A week apart. Come on, guys. But, you know, is it going to be Drew's revenge on that one? Do we get some reaction from the fuckers in the screens that looked most of the night like they were asleep? I wonder how many people got banned. Alright, let's move on to the weekend. Let's start with the first show of the main stuff this weekend. That's the special All Elite Wrestling Dynamite on Saturday. Preempted due to NBA. I'm not a basketball fan, so I don't know if that's ratings wise, but I'm curious to see the viewership numbers for the second hour. Especially because this is taking place after the NBA game. So if the game goes long, well, it's going to start later, and they're going to get hit harder. So I foresee a large amount of people. Like, I know they increased, what, 30% viewership or something? They were over 800,000 with no competition, when you got 1.4 to 1.6 million watching combined on Wednesdays. So they didn't go up that much, but it's a takeover with a pretty good card, actually, which we'll talk about in a minute. So I'm curious to see the viewership after the second hour. But alright, let's start off. We got Orange Cassidy in his first in-ring interview. This is going to be entertaining. I really like that debate, especially when he got the climate change question. That was highly entertaining. And then, why did Jericho just shut up after he told him? Oh, whatever. My nose is really shiny. I ain't even been drinking because I only got 2 White Claws left. And I want to save them for SummerSlam. Okay. We got the Lucha Bros, Butcher and the Blade against the Natural Nightmares and Jurassic Express. That'd be good. Any match where you got Dustin involved. This won't be a flippy match. So, I think this is going to be good. I mean, you got some really radical styles in that. I mean, you got the Lucha Brothers with their Lucha flippy shit. Even them two are different from each other. I think Rey Fenix has been lacking the last bit, but I mean, Pentagon's still got that charisma. And the Butcher and the Blade. I like them. Good powerhouse team. Against Natural Nightmares, where you can't go wrong. You got 2 very skilled talent. You gotta... Is this the best shape Dustin's ever been in? I say that every time I talk about Dustin. This is the best shape he's ever been in. Against Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Yeah, I mean, Jungle Boy's got his own style. I really wish he'd put on a little mask, but he's young. I mean, the pairing works. Little guy, big guy. Right? Kind of a classic pairing. Darby Allin in action. Hope his mind's on the game. I mean, I know he's getting divorced. Bad, but sounds like it's pretty, sounds like they both agreed on it quite well, so, you know. Doesn't say who he's facing, but, hey, it's gonna be good. Cody and Brody. Just turn Cody! It's like, oh, I think at this point, a lot of fans are patiently waiting for this Horseman thing to happen, because it's like, come on, is it this week? Is it this week? It's not this week. As opposed to hurry up and fucking do it. But that Pikachu over there, he just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't he? Anyway, yeah, I think obviously I don't see Brody leave. I like that they're kind of using the old belt. Brody's bringing out the unfinished belt. That's a nice little touch. Women's Tag Title Tournament Final. I mean, I think everyone thought from the start this was just something for Brandy to win. So, whatever. I wanted JT to win. Okay, moving on. The Lucha Brothers, which I already did that one. The Elite and Dark Order. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably gonna skip this one. That clusterfuck 5-on-5 or 6-on-6, whatever it was. I hated. I think it's just, it's gonna be spot, maybe a sell, spot. Meltzer driver, done. So, yeah, whatever. I'm not too. Things gonna be good. See what MJF does. I mean, it's kind of what it is. I mean, if you're gonna get heel heat, why not parody what's going on in the news, right? Could be what it is. I'm probably gonna record it, watch it maybe Sunday before SummerSlam, because I want to watch NXT Takeover, which we got. I don't know how up to date this card is. I'm a very, very casual NXT viewer, just because, quite frankly, sometimes I just forget to watch it. I'm in Canada, so we don't get NXT on Wednesdays. We get it Fridays before Smackdown, and it's the 1-hour international version, like I said earlier. So I don't even know what I missed on this week's NXT. I did listen to the PW Torch Weekly, but yeah. Anyway, NXT Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match on the pre-show, which is this the first time I've done the pre-show? I mean, it's fairly obvious this is a counter thing because of AEW. I mean, if you got a choice to watch a pre-show with panelists or AEW, what are you gonna watch, right? Yeah, Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango versus Orny Loken and Danny Burch. Okay, someone that doesn't watch NXT, that just sounds weird. You know, I've been following, of course, Legado del Fantasma, kidnappings and all that, and the whole thing with Drake Maverick. So I want to call him Spud. Yeah, I mean, I think that one's fairly obvious. That's going to be Phantasmas. group there. Finn Balor and Thatcher. Okay. Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. I think this one's going to be the real dark horse of a night. I think this is going to surprise a lot of people. As I understand it, Pat McAfee has been training. I think he's been the right heel in these promos. The outsider's going to kick your ass. I wish they'd I know Adam Cole did a little bit on him being a punter, but come on, let's lean into the punter thing. Like, we got a lot of ex-NFL guys on this roster. You know, let's lean into the punter part. So yeah, I think that one could go either way, honestly. I mean, I don't think Adam Cole would necessarily be hurt, depending. I hope to God Pat McAfee doesn't use a punt. I mean, yes, it fits with him being a punter. But there's this whole thing going on with Randy Orton in the punt right now. I wouldn't put it past them though, because I mean, Asuka has used an ankle lock on shows where Kurt Angle was wrestling, which was fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, this will go either way. I don't think Cole will be hurt. I think we're gonna get some shenanigans. Easy for me to say. With Undisputed Era and maybe some other NFL guys, you know. But I think it's gonna be a really good match. Ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. This is gonna be a shit show. There's no other way to put it. Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano. Sorry. And for the love of God, don't give it to Velveteen. Do not give it to Velveteen Dream. He shouldn't even be back. Out of anyone I would say, I mean, it looks like they're doing something with Bronson Reed, but I'm a fan of Damian Priest. I was a fan of what he did in Ring of Honor. That little while he was there. I like his look, his gimmick. I mean, Archer of Infamy is kind of stupid as fuck, but you know, just give him that rock star gimmick. You know, he's got that look. But Cameron Grimes, I'm thinking Priest or Grimes would be great. You know, but there's going to be stuff between them just because of the history these past few months with them. I've been a fan of Grimes TNA days, so you know, I would like to see Grimes. Grimes is one I would like to see, but you know, this is WWE. I'm sure it's either going to be Gargano, or it's probably going to be Gargano, or God, don't get anyone but Dream. I hate Johnny Gargano. It's still better than Dream. God, what a waste of talent. Ugh. Women's Championship match: Io Shirai, Dakota Kai. Think of Io. Man, I'm still fairly certain they put the title on Io to keep her in the country. With Kyrie leaving, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes too. I mean, I understand she's engaged to Evil. Huh? So, I'm glad she came out in black and white just for, you know. But, I mean, this one will go either way, I think. I can see Dakota Kai winning. I can see Io winning. I just wonder where Io goes. I mean, what happened with Rhea Ripley? But then again, Rhea Ripley, I don't think Rhea Ripley was so intriguing before she won the title. And then she just became, I'm so happy to be champion. Face champions. They cannot book face champions, with the exception of Drew McIntyre. But NXT Championship, Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross. Yeah. Apparently, there was a WWE Shop ad sent out earlier this week with a bit of a spoiler. I hope people haven't seen that. Too many people haven't seen that. I hope. I'm not even going to say, yeah, actually, because I'll give away what the spoilers, because I did see it. This is going to be a great match. I love Karrion Kross. I loved him in Mexico. I loved him in Impact. You know, didn't really see his Lucha Underground, but yeah, this is going to be good. I love what they're doing. Obviously, they see something. I don't think he'll be in NXT very long. Well, I would say he'll probably hold the title till Mania if he wins. And then get called up. He's got that look. Got the valet. The whole package of him and Scarlett. This is going to be excellent. I'm looking forward to that. And if Keith Lee loses, what's in it for him? Fucking call up. You know, I look back at his showing against Brock at the Royal Rumble. I can see at WrestleMania, Brock seemed to want to work with him, so I can see that Brock match in the future. Very expensive match. If he gets that Brock match, obviously they see something. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of Keith Lee, looking forward to the future of Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I don't think a loss will hurt either of them. And a win will help both of them. Yeah. All right, on to the main event of the weekend. Summerslam. Alright, this is definitely out of date, but yeah. I can't wait to see what they do, because they're gonna go just balls out with this. Especially with the new set. Okay, wait, okay, I don't really want to start with that one. Okay, that's for something that doesn't matter as much. Wow. This isn't the whole card. No, there's more than this. It's like eight, I don't know, 8 matches. It's 8 matches, isn't it? Well, okay, I'm looking at a match card on Wrestling Inc. that's been up for I think Monday. Okay, let's start off with the US Championship match. We got Apollo Crews versus MVP. Bobby Lashley and Shelton are banned from ringside. Does that ever work? What's more, does this ultimately result in Apollo Crews finally joining the Hurt Business on Monday? I don't necessarily see MVP winning. Probably a DQ finish. You know, maybe next weekend we see Lashley or Shelton win the title. I'd like to see Shelton win it, actually. Shelton's due for some good shit, I mean. Yeah. I'd like to see Shelton ultimately win it next weekend. Raw Tag Team Championship. Street Profits and Andre. What I'd get for doing this is 2 in the morning right now. I gotta get to bed. I got shit to do tomorrow. I gotta get my car done. I gotta fucking go move a truck. I gotta cut a bunch of metal. Ugh, man. I'm gonna need something fucking strong. Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza with Zelina Vega. Of course, we saw that poisoning angle yet. What was really intriguing was when Bianca attacked Zelina during her Twitch stream. I mean, she's talking there. Wasn't she talking to Kayla or Charlie or something? So, obviously, you know. Hey, it was interesting. It was intriguing. It was out of nowhere and unexpected. Okay. What will happen here? Maybe we finally get that split they've been teasing? I mean, what the fuck have they been doing? You keep hearing that Vince sees a Eddie Guerrero in Angel Garza. Bite the bullet. Fucking just strap that rocket to his ass. Ugh. Angel's so good. Andrade is too, but like he really got outshined. He got outshined quick. Yeah. Where the fuck's Austin Theory? Anyway, I think Street Profits are gonna retain. I'm sure Bianca Belair is gonna get involved with Zelina Vega during this match. I mean, that's kind of a given. Be nice if they give Bianca Belair and Zelina Vega a proper time. They did have an alright match, given what they were booked. You know, it's one of those, the typical WWE thing. Well, it was booked terrible. Come on, focus, motherfucker. Booked terrible, but with what they were given, you know, it was almost chicken salad. Okay, Smackdown and Raw Women's Championship matches I'm gonna do in one. I think Asuka's gonna win one, and then it's gonna lead to the finally break up with Bayley and Sasha. This hurts because I skipped these because of Bayley, and you know, I'm a big Sasha fan. Been a big Sasha fan since the boss in NXT. You know, tough. Nobody wants you, Bixby. Okay. All right, where was I? Women's Championship matches. I think she's gonna beat Bayley, and then maybe Sasha retains, or maybe Which one's first again? Is the Bailey one first? She's gonna... Okay. The first match, Asuka's gonna lose. Second match, she's gonna win. That's gonna lead to the split, because, you know, they didn't help each other or something. You know, maybe, you know, one of them's gonna help in the first match, but it's not gonna be reciprocated in the second match. I mean, we saw Sasha get knocked out tonight. I did catch that. And Bailey just fucking left. So I think ultimately this weekend's gonna lead, or Monday will lead to the split. Then we can finally get Sasha back. Okay, up next, let's do the street fight. Yeah. Seth Rollins with Murphy versus Dominic with Ray. Anyone else become less intrigued when this became a street fight? I mean, just knowing, like, Dominic basically did a tour of schools, including here in Calgary. Man, I wish I could have ran into Rey Mysterio when he was in Calgary. I've watched enough WCW to know what that fugly motherfucker looks like without his mask. Man. Why'd you make it a street fight? Who are we protecting here? Are they worried about Dom? Or are they trying to protect Seth and the loss? Right? It's one of those two. So, I went from, like, really hyped about this match to, oh, it's a street fight. Maybe we get a proper match next weekend when. I mean, I don't think Dom's going to be very bad. I wish he'd work on his body a little. I mean, he looks average. Just looks like, you know, he doesn't look like Rey Mysterio's son, that's for goddamn sure. Oh. Let's look back, what, 15 years? Yeah. I'm not intrigued with this. I think it'll go either way. I don't think either are hurt. And I don't think either gain. Like, this is just a very neutral match, I think, as far as them. Got the Universal Championship, Braun and Bray. I mean, obviously we're getting the Fiend after tonight. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about this Braun heel turn. I think it's too Wyatt family. I mean, they've basically took the monster among men and just made him a monster. So, I mean, after what he said about Alexa, I kind of want him to get his ass kicked, so that worked. I want to see how Alexa gets involved in this match. Alexa's not on this card. I'm sure she'll be involved in this match somehow, and maybe Nikki gets involved too, on the opposite side. Maybe we get a swerve, and Alexa's actually, you know, trying to seduce the Fiend for Braun. Stupid, isn't it? Okay, let's ignore that. Did not just say that. Yeah, and then we got Drew and Randy. I think Randy's winning this. I think ultimately, the reason we're having Payback a week later is so Drew can get the belt back with a pseudo crowd. I hope he doesn't win with a punt. I think Ric Flair's going to get involved. And I think he's going to get involved on Randy's side. Yeah. I don't know. I think Randy's winning. I see no reason why he wouldn't unless the whole roster comes out or we get a couple other legends come out to attack Randy. Maybe Edge appears. I hope Edge doesn't appear. That's saying something, I mean. Besides, I don't. That's right. All backwards. Where are you? Oh. Obviously, I'm an Edge fan. That is a WWE shop one. I used to wear it to conventions. I found out what they sell for on eBay. I don't wear it to conventions anymore. I usually wear my Ring of Honor or my NWO belt. Yeah, I'm that guy. Anyway, like I said, Randy's winning. We're gonna get Flair involved. I don't think. I mean, Drew could just win with a quick Claymore. I hope he doesn't. This is SummerSlam. But ultimately, I think Randy, yeah. Just so. Because then they're either gonna hold off on Drew getting it back until a proper crowd, which who the fuck knows when that's gonna be. Sure as shit isn't it gonna be in 2020. Oh. I guess it depends. I mean, AEW next week will have a live crowd. Fucking scumbags, eh? Selling those tickets on the resale market. They're selling these tickets in these pods for a fucking reason, to try and protect the fans as best they can while having a crowd. Are the fans going to be subject to the same testing as the wrestlers and everyone backstage, I wonder? Or is it just going to be a heat gun? Anyway. A little bit of detour again. No, I guess that's about it for SummerSlam. The next week is another go-home week, as well as a post-fucking pay-per-view week. They're giving us 2 weeks. I think Raw and SmackDown are going to be fucking clusterfucks of nothing's going to get tied up at SummerSlam. And we're going to just get clusterfuck Raw and SmackDown. And into a pay-per-view that typically doesn't fucking matter. Who gives a damn about Payback in the last, 10, 15 years? Yeah. Might do one of these for Payback. Be much quicker than this one. Hopefully I can do it earlier. I'm tired. I think I didn't actually stream today. Might not have happened. I was gonna do this live, but I feel like it. I'm feeling it. Anyway. So that's oh, fuck. Can't believe I almost forgot that. What was the hair versus hair match? Is it still hair versus hair? Or is it just a loser leaves town? I mean, there's a lot they can do. This match is probably the one I'm looking forward to most. Given the last week, given that both of them, there was a chance where both of them would not even be, one might not be here and the other wouldn't be available. We've all read the news of this sick fuck. So I don't think we'll really go much into that. Like I said, sick fuck, denied bail, hope he rots. Provided he's proven guilty. But he's probably, the guy's guilty. I like what, I don't know if you saw this. AJ Styles saying that, Sonya would have killed the guy. I think it's been pretty widely accepted if he didn't have a knife, he would have been, fucked up. Yeah, Sonya's not someone I'd want to fuck with. That woman is just a badass who looks like a badass in suits, and she would look badass with short hair, Just think of her with that mob boss look in those fucking awesome suits. She pulls off a suit better than 99% of men. Okay? And, yeah, I'm really disappointed that that it changed to Loser Leaves Town. But there's a lot they could do. I mean, I think we all are assuming that Mandy's going to win and Sonya's going to take some time off. But let's not forget that Mandy had her life threatened. He was going to kill Mandy. So, might be Mandy taking some time off. Which would suck because, I mean, this whole Otis thing. There's a few things I've seen talked about for this one. I think the most intriguing one that I like is Otis trading in his Money in the Bank case. Save Mandy. Trades it to Sonya. So Sonya wins. Mandy's got to leave town. Otis comes out. Here's my case. He stays. You get a title shot. And then they have, the women's title matches after. Sonya comes in. Boom! Wins the women's title. That's intriguing. I love the sound of that. But I'm pretty sure we're probably getting Sonya taking some time off. Understandable. Deserved. And when she comes back, you just book her to the moon as that fucking badass fighter. And you know what? Now's probably a good time for her to take the time off with Shayna, right? Got Shayna up there. Who is the legitimate badass MMA fighter. Sonya didn't have too many fights as far, I believe. 6 or 7 fights. Meanwhile, Shayna, he dominated. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to this, but I think just because of the last week, these two are going to put on a fucking hell of a match. You know, I think this is going to be a good... I know it's no DQ. This is going to be brutal. You got two people that are best friends. I'm sure they've been going over this match for a while. This is... I think this is going to be match of the night, in all honesty. There's some good matchups on this card. This is going to be the match. Hopefully I don't have to eat crow next week when I do another one of these. Okay, going forward. This will be weekly, I think. On YouTube now. Like I said, I didn't like doing the audio portion. Just don't think I come across very well in audio. But, like I said, in the future, if there's interest, maybe I'll rip the audio and put it back out on Spotify and whatnot. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do these weekly. Like I said, I'm also planning on doing live for Impact on Tuesdays, possibly, because they do allow the restreaming. When their Twitch stream actually fucking works. Problem is I'm not always home by the time Impact starts. It starts at 6 o'clock here. Sometimes I'm still working or out and about. But these might go... I think I'm going to do these Fridays after Smackdown. Sometimes it might be live on Twitch. But for the most part, I'm going to have them up Saturday at noon Eastern. So I'm going to end this one here. 2 o'clock, I'm going to go the fuck to bed because I got to be up early. Got a drive shaft coming in this week for my car. I thought it was going to be a month. It turns out it's going to be 4 days. Oh, so I got a lot of work to get done on that car this weekend so I can drive it. Yeah. Quick note. Impact this week was still the best show. I'm going to say that. Impact was the best show this week. I love Wrestle House. That is so entertaining. And it's just fun. I mean, you got Tommy. Tommy in that is just, it's just golden Tommy Dreamer. But yeah, so if I got any recommendations to give, just give Impact another chance. Don't give me the, oh, there's nowhere to watch it excuse. It's on Access TV here in the United States, which I believe is a free channel. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm Canadian. Fuck do I know? Granted, it's owned by Canadians. On Fight Network in Canada. Don't know about anywhere else. Fight Network's a great channel, by the way. They used to have those Russian armed combat fights. I don't know if they still do or not. I don't have Fight Network anymore with my new cable. But those are so much fun to watch. Yeah. So, a lot to watch this weekend. A lot to watch next week. Give Impact another chance. You can watch it for fucking free on Twitch at Impact Wrestling. A big Impact mark, as you can tell. I've been watching since it was on Fox Sports. Didn't see any of the original pay-per-views, though, because, well... Fuck, that was 2004? 2004 2002. I can't remember. Anyway, I was, 12 or whatever. So, I was buying no pay-per-views every week. But, yeah. Well, the end of that. End that now, and, yeah. Watching.